Okay, let's get started on ExpressOffers lead generation playbook. Combining two great things here: a great product, a great program from EXP in ExpressOffers, and lead generation, which is always a hot topic. So let's dive into how we've created this playbook and overview this playbook for ExpressOffers. So let's just get through a little bit here. And first off, how many people in here are ExpressOffers certified or not? Please throw a yes or a no into the chat box. Not yet. Lots of yeses, halfway, perfect. Getting certified. Mostly yeses. That's what I like to see. Okay, we've got some more no's, perfect. So, since we do have some no's, I'm going to get to this, but want to not waste any time on pointing you in that right direction. Here is the link I'm throwing into the chat box on how to get certified. So there's an article right there. I just threw into the chat box, but we will circle back to that. Point you in the right direction right away. So all about, with this playbook, it's all about bringing you all the tools you need, no matter what level you're at when it comes to lead generation and marketing, with a strategy checklist, a content guide, a library of creatives, meaning graphics and posts like the actual visuals, and tutorials. Tutorials mostly in the form of quick 5, 10, 15-minute tutorial videos to follow along to. So all of that right at your fingertips. The whole idea here in giving you bite-sized strategies to implement one at a time in this playbook. Real quick, need to plug the second resource that we have. So the playbook for overall lead generation is one resource. That's what we'll be reviewing today. There's also, we have an ExpressOffers social media manager guide that I go through in a class tomorrow. Same place right here, Auditorium 2, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific, right here in this same room. That's where we're going over. It's a shorter class, but we're going over the social media manager, which basically just dives, as you can probably guess, just dives in deeper into one topic, which is social media, and giving you tools to make posting easy. Also, some more classes coming up on networking, lead generation, improving your listing presentation. Kim, yes, this class is every Thursday for the time being. This class is every Wednesday that we're doing right now, and the social media class is every Thursday. And also another class coming up, keep an eye out for on the training calendar, improving your lesson presentation with ExpressOffers. That's going to be a real key one. And we will get into this class a little bit on how to get it into your listing presentation and the importance of that. But it's really worth a class in of itself. Well, little housekeeping first. For those of you new to EXP or joining us on a guest pass, welcome. Just want to point out a few things on the top of your screen, your window in EXP world, right there on your computer is a dark gray screen zoom button. If you click that, it's going to open up a bunch of magnifying glasses, and you'll be able to click one of them, which is the main web screen. That's going to zoom in on the center screen that I'm presenting on here, maximize it in your window, make everything a little bit larger, help you see things more clearly. So zoom in on the screen that I'm presenting on here. On the bottom left is the microphone button. Feel free to chime in. I like open forum, unless we get a ton of people in the class. Like to field any questions you have. Feel free to open up your mic, unless we start to fall behind. But feel free to open up your mic, ask questions. If not, though, please keep that microphone muted so we're not getting feedback. And when it comes to questions, feel free to throw them in the chat box on the bottom left as well. That's where I'll be throwing. When I say I'm throwing a resource into the chat box, a link, something for you to click on and keep, that's where I'll be putting it. Speaking of resources and links in the chat box, at the end of every class that I do, I give a takeaway. One link to an electronic PDF, a Google Doc, that's got everything that I touch on during the class for you to walk away with and come back to tonight, tomorrow, this weekend. When it comes to the playbook itself will be linked in there. Everything I touch on will be in there. One link to all the resources that I touch on during this class. Easy for you to hold on to, walk away with. A little bit about myself, real quick. Name's Kevin Comiskey, product manager here for lead generation, EXP. Biggest thing I want to point out with myself here, message me on Workplace. If you have any questions about lead generation, marketing, anything, reach out. I'm happy to help. Want to make myself a resource as much as possible. If I don't have a direct question, I usually at least know where to point you in the right direction. So message me on Workplace. Connect with me there. So what is ExpressOffers? In this class, I'm sorry, if you're not aware of what ExpressOffers is, we're not diving into what ExpressOffers is here. This is, taking it to the next level. You're certified. Now let's get some traction behind it. But I don't want to leave you in the dark if you're not quite sure what ExpressOffers is. To the consumer, it's an internal EXP exclusive iBuying software platform where we connect iBuyers, investors that we've built relationships with, that ExpressOffers has built relationships with, and get them in front of you in our software and allow you to, say you take a listing that for whatever reason, they need a quick sale, they want a cash offer, they want flexible terms, it's a distressed property. The situations and the value to the consumer, I could go on and on about, but that is in the training. Not going to dive into that too much. But if you've got a listing and you want, whether it's, not whether, if it's in the client's best interest and they're interested in getting a quick cash offer, getting certified, submitting that property into the software and seeing what cash offers are iBuyers come back with is how it works. To you as the agent, it's a great resource to help you get listings sold and an ultimate listing lead tool. Because even if it's a discussion starter at the end of the day, not every listing that you talk to somebody about, you have to submit in the ExpressOffers, but as a conversation starter, it gets you in the door when it comes to leads. If you present it as another option, sellers like options, whether they want to sell quick and need to sell quick and conveniently, they want to go traditional or they want to go for top dollar. It's all about sitting down and presenting those options, and it makes you look more professional, more locked into the market, just making you look better overall when you present those options. So weaving it into your listing presentation will never hurt. Obviously, with the playbook, we are taking that ultimate listing tool and putting some oomph behind it, some tutorials, some ease of implementation into it for you. So without any further ado, let's kind of start talking about the playbook here. Again, we're giving you this checklist of strategies, whether they're social media related, Facebook, whether they're flyers for your open houses, KV Core, website related stuff, emails, all different strategies for you to implement or understand. So when you need to implement them, you have them, like email templates. And then giving you content. We all have writers. Well, I shouldn't say all of us. I'm not particularly a writer, so I'll get writer's block. So giving you content to copy and paste so you don't have to go recreating the wheel when it comes to actual text. Creative library, so graphics that are ready for you to download and go, and tutorials in the form of usually quick videos for you to watch at bite-sized pieces. So the idea, again, that you'll see, I might start to repeat here, is all the tools you need at your fingertips to implement strategies, bite-sized strategies, 15, 20 minutes at a time. So you can knock one or two out at a time, 5, whatever, and just keep working through the checklist. And it's all about implementing those strategies. Preparation. It's all about, you need to be ExpressOffers certified to utilize ExpressOffers. And you need to utilize your unique link for ExpressOffers.com, which is also very important because you need to link people in a lot of marketing and lead generation you do. You have to point somewhere. Obviously, when it comes to a call to action, you can say for instance, to keep it easy as a strategy, an easy strategy here that we'll all understand is a Facebook post. In a Facebook post, you need to have a call to action in it. Whether it's call me to get a cash offer on your home. I'm talking super simple here, easy examples. Call me at 1-2-3-4-5-6-7-8 for a cash offer on your home. Text me if you want to learn more about getting a cash offer on your home. And obviously, another probably most common call to action is, click here to get a cash offer on your home. And you need your unique URL to point them to that right place so the lead comes back to you. So, have to stress it real quick. ExpressOffers is a certification. If you're not certified, you don't have access to the software, and you can't advertise yourself as ExpressOffers. You can't advertise ExpressOffers, and certainly that you're certified if you haven't gone through the certification, which is quick, few hours, good training. It's free. It's another arrow to add to your quiver, but you have to be ExpressOffers certified before doing any marketing or lead generation. The course and the certification is free, and I'll throw it in just because don't want anybody to miss it. If you're not certified, there is the article I just put in the chat box to go ahead and start getting certified, and the course. The course itself, again, totally free to get certified. It's a value add. It's an internal EXP thing, value add. We want as many EXP agents certified as possible, so we don't need to put a fee on it to hinder that value. That URL is so important, and I'm going to go into this. So ExpressOffers.com is a public-facing website. In fact, I'm going to minimize my presentation here real quick. And here it is. Multiple, I'm going to zoom in. It might look a little awkward, but I'm going to zoom in so you can see the text. Multiple cash offers for your home, fast and hassle-free. EXP, kind of what I've just explained. EXP's online marketplace so you can get competitive offers on your home. So this is the public-facing where someone whether it's us or you driving traffic to, or they're organically finding their way here to. Yes, Tony, I'm going to get to the URL. This is obviously a public-facing website. So if you send people just to expressoffers.com, you're not going to get that lead. That lead is going to come into our backend because there's no differentiation there. You need to send people to your URL as you see it here. And I'm going to explain this and give you a tool in just a second, but it's got to have your /exp/ your name here. So you need to be certified before I give you, how to get that URL. You need to be certified. You must use your EXP email address in what I'm about to explain. Otherwise, you will not get the email. So without getting too techie, we can't reverse engineer where to send the lead to unless you use your EXP email address. It will go into outer space if you don't use your EXP email address. You must use the punctuation properly. I'm going to get to that. The end of the URL will drop off. Your name will drop off. And just know that that's okay. If you've driven a consumer using your full link to the website, the URL, your name's going to drop off, but we've now cookied, we are now tracking that consumer, and that's how we know if they inquire, how we know to send you the lead via email, an email notification. Test your email or test your URL. So once you have your URL, test it, go to the link, fill out the information on here as if you're a consumer. Once you get the email that for your test lead, then you're good. Your email, your URL is good to go. Save it so you don't have to redo it every time. Save it someplace so you don't have to redo it every time you need to use it. So I created this tool last night using a spreadsheet to make this super easy because I wanted, rather than continuing to explain it, I wanted to just hand over a tool that you can use to generate your URL for you so you don't have to worry about the punctuation and getting it right. So I'm going to share that with you right now. And what you're going to do, the link that I'm about to share with you, it's going to open up and it's going to say Google Sheets, make a copy. you might need to log into your Google account if you're not already. It's going to say make a copy. Click that, and it's going to make a copy of this URL generator for you, your own copy. And without any further ado, here is that URL generator. So that is going to open up, and you'll make a copy, and you'll be able to see where you enter your EXP email address. Now I'm not going to do a live example here because it'll mess up what you're copying, but you're going to enter your EXP email address, and then below it is going to pop in your ExpressOffers URL that you'll be able to copy the URL itself and hold on to. Well, this was your copy of the generator, so like you'll have this URL in there if you ever need to come back to it. So everybody clicking on that using the tool. I want to give people a minute to jump in. You're okay to do it, but you can't utilize it, Tony. You really need to finish getting certified. You have to understand, like, it's a bait and switch situation. It's a false advertising situation if you're not certified, but you use this URL and you start to advertise yourself as so. You know, for obvious reasons, you can't market yourself as certified if you're not. But even more than that, say if you get somebody that inquires and they want a cash offer through the system, but you can't even get into the software because you're not certified, you can see how that immediately creates a problem. Can everyone get into the lead generator and get it to work properly? Perfect. I'm getting a bunch of yeses. So I did this, and it's a spreadsheet with a bunch of formulas in it. So I'm glad it's working. So let me just go through an example here. I'm going to open up my own copy. So let me zoom in here. So this is what you're going to see when you open it up. You're going to put in your email address, your EXP email address. If you don't, it's going to come back with an error. Boom. This is my URL. This is your URL and my URL right here. And you can copy that URL and hold on to it and use that to test. So that's your URL right there. And then below it, if you haven't noticed already, is the link to the playbook, which I'm about to give you anyway, but the link to the playbook and the social media guide. So Judy, like, this is yours. Your URL, I'll run through an example with you. Bear with me 1 second. My computer starts working a little slow when I'm in the world and teaching here. Come on. Browser really slows down. Come on. I'm teaching a class here. I need you to move, computer. Please, I'm begging you, work faster. Sorry. Okay. Slow computer drive me nuts. So Judy, here's an example. That's your URL that you'll want to use. And that's what you'll link people to. Okay, so you have your URL. If that didn't work for you, or need to explain what's going on here just a little bit more, that URL generator should do it for you. You've got it. You're good. But what it's doing is it's taking your email address, so we know where to send the email to, and we're turning it into adding it onto the URL. So we're dropping off the exprealty.com. We're turning the period between your first and last into a hyphen and adding that to the end of the URL here. So the generator just did that for you, but just to clarify, this is what your URL should look like. And this is what you should copy, paste, and link to everyone to. Perfect. Okay. It's nice I don't have to spend so much time on that, and glad I created that little spreadsheet tool. Okay, so when it comes to the creatives, we've got great templates for stuff. And there's the two locations for the graphics are either going to be in the EXP Marketing Center or a Google Drive, a shared Google Drive folder. Depending on the strategy and the resource, we're going to link you right to either one. So you don't need to worry about which one to go to. We're going to link you right to the resource that you need for that particular strategy. But just to let you know, there's graphics in two places. Without any further ado, I should get to that in a second, Kim. I'm going to jump in and actually start going through the playbook here. So here's the playbook. I will share the link. And is there a site in the workplace for ExpressOffers? Camille, do you mean a workplace group? Yes, there is.
Yes.
And I will, good point, I will throw that in here right now.
Thank you.
There's the workplace group link. And here is the link to the playbook. So I'm going to bring it up on my screen, obviously, but feel free to follow along on the link there. So let's give it a second to load up for me here. Let's see if I missed any questions. When we use this after being certified, who are the buyers? So when you go through the certification, Tony, sorry, it's the font's small here. You're going to learn more about who the iBuyers are and everything about that. I'm not going to dive into how the operating procedure of ExpressOffers here. We're talking marketing here, but when you take the certification, you'll learn all of that and how the nuts and bolts of ExpressOffers itself. So can everyone get in? I've only seen 5 people in the document, which is fine because I'm going to expand it here, but I just want to make sure everyone sees the link to the playbook. Okay. I'm going to zoom in 125% here, make it as large as possible. 150. Okay. I'm gonna skip right through some of the first few pages here because I covered it in the slides. You can see obviously that graphic looks familiar. I already explained that. Table of contents is important for obvious reasons, so you can see all the strategies here. And this leads me to my next good point. This is a working document, a developing, adapting document, a growing and improving document, to where when we create new strategies, new assets, new anything, we take your suggestions and build a strategy. We are going to add to this. So right now there's this handful in here, well, few handfuls. Expect more to be added to this list. And when we release new strategies, we will post it in the Facebook group, but they will automatically show up in the guide in the playbook here. So as you can see, several things when it comes to social media, print materials, email signatures, web, KB Core emails. You can see the strategies listed here. And you can jump by clicking on them. You can jump to any particular one. I'm going to keep going chronologically here, in order here, but you can always jump. Let's say, later this weekend, you're like, I really want to get ExpressOffers into my email signature. Boom. You just come to the playbook and you can jump right to it. The creative library links on page 8, the marketing content guide on page 8, starting on page 8. I'm going to keep scrolling through here, so I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Just the content guide will get you to where you need to go. Summary here, Again, I touched on a lot of this verbally already. No need to go through it again. This is more so for people just diving into this without the class. This class is on the EXP training calendar. To-do list. Again, so I already touched on you need to get certified, how to do your unique URL. If you need a refresher, there's a tutorial video linked right here, but I already did that and on these important things, so no need to go through this, but I did need to pull those out and go through those on the slides. So let's dive into the nuts and bolts here, the strategy checklist. So each item, and as it says here, this isn't in any mandatory order, kind of a suggested order, but not mandatory. So you can kind of jump around if you need to. The idea being each one is 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes to implement. Each strategy here, social media picture frame, profile frame, each strategy is going to have how to download it and a link directly to download that item needed and a tutorial video. And any more clarification, they're all a little bit different. But for instance, to keep it simple here, I'm going to actually come to the Facebook post. So the social media frame, I'm going to just show you. I'm not going to go through all of these. This is overall, you're going to implement on your own time. But just to show you examples, I'm going to click to download this. This is going to link me to the EXP Marketing Center. It's going to link me right. It's going to prompt me to log in. I logged in right before the class. Hopefully it kept me logged in. We'll see. Perfect, it did. You would have had to log in. But your social profile frame, so you can get it into your profile for Facebook, Workplace, Instagram. Let me just show you an example. In my Workplace here, again, my computer's going a little slightly slow. I'm going to go to my profile so you can see this profile frame in action. So you can see I've added this profile frame to my Workplace. I would do the same thing to my public and business Facebook accounts, my Instagram account. This is just Workplace, but you get the idea. Anywhere social where you have a profile picture, you can use the profile frame with the certification badge. Facebook post. So as soon as you're certified, you should be announcing that you're certified, letting your whole sphere on and social media know that you're certified. So the second strategy here, download the post template. I'm going to click the download button. Boom. It's going to link me right off to the Marketing Center and right to the template for social graphic. Bear with it. Boom. My social. You can download this now. So this is one social graphic that you're certified. And if you're not familiar with the Marketing Center yet, please dive into the Marketing Center. Past all, I'm talking even on a larger scale than just ExpressOffers here. If you're not familiar with the Marketing Center yet, please do so and please be utilizing all the templates, not just the ExpressOffers stuff, but the listing templates, the attraction templates, the templates about EXP, so many tools in there. But with this graphic, I would just download it. It's going to download to my folder here, and then I would just jump into Facebook and post it in my Facebook. Now, most of us know how to do that, pretty straightforward. But if you need a tutorial on how to post to Facebook, it's here. I'm not going to dive into that now. I'd say most of us are above that learning curve. And if not, totally understand it. Social media is quite complicated these days, but there's a tutorial right here. There's a new template for social frame as well. They just added this, I think yesterday or the day before. But you click on that. This is a profile frame, just like the one that's in EXP, but it's got the certification badge on it, so you can use this in your Facebook header. I don't have it on mine, but it would be on my workplace here. I'm showing you workplace, but obviously, I mean, more so on, does no good really internally. Do it for a workplace, but you want to put this on your public Facebook because you want to let people know that you're certified. But you would put it as your header here in your cover photo. Listing presentation. This one's huge. This is probably, I'm not even going to say probably anymore. There is probably no doubt that the most important thing that you do after you get certified, if you haven't already, is get ExpressOffers into your listing presentation. Whether it's print or digital, whether you print your listing presentation or you have it as a slideshow on your tablet or your laptop that you take to a listing presentation, whether you email off your pre-listing presentation, whatever it might be, get it into your, why not? Great point. Get it into your listing presentation. And we've got the tutorial here to download if you need to download. So if you're, we're trying to give you all the formats because we know listing presentations can be in all different formats, not just, electronic, print, but is it tall? Is it wide? Is it portrait, landscape? What size is it? We're trying to give you as many formats as possible. But if you have like a slideshow listing presentation, it's right here in the marketing center. I'm going to click to download. It's going to take me to the marketing center. And unfortunately, you can't link you directly to this one because you need to download it. But I'm going to scroll and listing presentation slides. Download. And this is going to download, as you can see here from the little thumbnail example. See if I can make this larger. This is going to look super distorted, but because I'm kind of forcing it, obviously, when you download it, it'll be high quality. But information about ExpressOffers for you to weave this in as a page to your listing presentation. If you have a tall listing presentation, like an 8.5 by 11 portrait, like a regular page, we link you right here. And again, this actually, forgive my computer taking a minute here. I'm going to double click on the PDF of the portrait listing presentation slide. Come on. I work faster clicking my mouse than my computer can react. You can download the PDFs of the portrait. So as you can see here, this one, as opposed to landscape, like the last one I showed you, this one is portrait, 8.5 by 11 regular page format for you to take this and weave it in right into your listing presentation. The huge thing here, obviously, it's pretty self-explanatory. You need to have it in your listing presentation. You don't want to be scrambling, get certified, have a listing presentation on Saturday and be scrambling last second to get it into your listing presentation. Or scrambling to get it into a pre-listing presentation that you have to get off to somebody before an appointment. Get it in today, whatever format your listing presentation's in. Know how to speak to it and explain it, and then it's there in your listing presentation going forward. You don't have to worry about it again. You've got it. And since the listing presentation is such an important topic here, we've got, in some of these strategies, we have advanced training that more elaborate on that particular strategy, especially with something as important as your listing presentation. So we've got listing appointment training here, and there's a playlist. Excuse me, I need to take a drink of water here real quick. Thank you. A playlist here. Again, everything's clickable on here. That's going to open up a playlist for your listing appointment and pre-listing appointment. So you can see the videos here. Great training with Julie Clark, who is a great icon agent in Washington. If you don't know her, she's Express Offer certified, helps out with a ton of training because she really executes on it well, and closes deals with it. I can actually show you some of her case studies at the end of class here. So this is a mastermind interview with Julie, and as well as some of our team members, Julie Rasmussen and Terry Jeffries, who, if you're certified, you know those names. So great classes here, elaborating on the listing presentation. You got an appointment. Now what? How did your conversation go with the seller? Since you're at the listing presentation, so you can see 3 great classes here to watch. 3. I'm sorry. Why did I say 3? There's 5. 5 great classes to watch here for great insight from a top agent. So we do have training like that, great extra training beyond just the lead generation aspect of it. If one of these strategies needs extra behind it, that real valuable training behind it, we make sure we link it here in the playbook as well. Letterhead. This one's great. This one is a new resource we just added. We are getting new resources left and right. Internally, our team is developing new resources. I also have to do a quick, very deserving shout out to our marketing team for EXP as a whole for helping us with getting new materials into the marketing center. One of them being added this week was Letterhead. So I'm going to go back to the marketing center, and I'm going to zoom out because that got zoomed in too much. And excuse me, I'm going to zoom in as much as possible. It's going to get a little distorted and look weird, but for the sake of presenting it here, going back to the top. So ExpressOffers letterhead for you to download here. We had a blank template in here for the last year and a half, 2 years. We have written, again, going back to the writer's block, we want to give content right at your fingertips. We don't need you to rewrite things, waste time. Like, we did that for you. So we've only had a blank template in here, but now we've got all these pre-written templates. A template if you want to go out to probate attorneys, because probate attorneys are a great audience for ExpressOffers. They're dealing with those probate situations. If they need to refer someone to you for a quick sale, boom, build those relationships with probate attorneys. There's a pre-written letter right there. Pre-written for distressed seller, pre-written for a confused homeowner, what to do in this market, pre-written for is it the right time to sell, good farming letter. Another letter, why do you keep getting asked to sell? Great templates there. I'm not going to dive into each one. You obviously can see, especially with the probate and the distressed seller, where those are going. Pre-written in here for you to print out and get out to your audience. And they're all linked. You can obviously, I just went through them all right here. They're all right in a row in the marketing center. Not hard to find, but I do have them. We do have them individually linked here on the playbook. So the probate attorney one, the stressed seller, confused homeowner, so on, pre-written right there at your fingertips to utilize. So get these out to, FSBOs, expireds, your Sphere, your database, your GeoFarm. Great letterhead right at your fingertips. Other marketing materials. So print what you need. There's a tutorial here, and I'm just going to go back to the marketing center here. Obviously, these letterheads are in here, but if you keep going down, there's even more. There's the door hanger here, a flyer that you can either print, for open houses or whatnot, or you can obviously do these flyers digitally as well and weave them into emails. So like for the seller flyer, I'm going to click on this. I'm going to show you this example. I'm going to click on the seller flyer here. It's going to open up. And obviously, it's a flyer, 8.5 by 11. Print it is one option. But you can also download it. And if you wanted to print for download, you would download a PDF. If you wanted to weave this into an email or anything, you can download it as an image, a PNG. As you can see here, ideal for social media, email, websites, online viewing. You can download that as a PNG and weave it into an email that you might be sending, or anything, any reason you would need to send information about express offers to somebody digitally. So all those are in there. Playbook. I'm sorry, Playbook. This is the Playbook. LinkedIn. So with LinkedIn is a good 20 minutes. Get your LinkedIn locked in. Now, this is a strategy of its own, because LinkedIn really ties together well with Express Offers. Express Offers, professional, a professional type of program. LinkedIn, Express Offers is a professional program. You are a professional realtor. LinkedIn is a professional social media channel. It all ties together real well. So you want to lock in your LinkedIn. And I'm not trying to intentionally rhyme there. You want to lock in your LinkedIn. Maybe I'll change that to the name of the strategy. But there's multiple ways with LinkedIn, even more than Facebook, because they're so professionally oriented with your, experience. Weave it in as a post, just like Facebook. You post about your express offers. Drop in your job description. I'm express offer certified, and I can help clients get cash offers. Weave it in as your cover photo. So you want to. There's 5 ways here. Actually, like 6 in the tutorial video here, to get express offers predominant into your LinkedIn and make your LinkedIn look a little bit more robust if it is kind of slacking. I'm not going to go through this tutorial, but you can see I'm going to click on the link to the tutorial, and it's going to open up, and I'm going to pause it here before it starts and gets loud. Come on. Okay, almost got it there. So you can see 7 minutes here, 8 minutes. 8 minutes to implement this. Okay, so you might want to pause the video as you follow along. 20 minutes to get this LinkedIn and get express offers into your LinkedIn and make it look better. Instagram post, same idea as the Facebook post, really, obviously hand in hand. When you do a Facebook post, do an Instagram post as well. But this type of Instagram posting and resources for Instagram and templates done for you, ready to post. This is the stuff that I get more in depth on tomorrow during the social media class. Video. We want to give you, that's coming next. That's the next thing on our list here. It's listed here because you can obviously go do that yourself, but we are working on a script right at your fingertips, and how to best do that, because video is a whole nother thing. I've mentioned writer's block a few times, but even more than writer's block, I think many of us, I'm not going to say all, many of us have that reluctance, that camera reluctance. We're a little gun shy when it comes to getting behind the camera because we don't know what to say. Is probably the biggest blocker there. So giving you the script, giving you a tool to record it easily, and where to post it is important. We're getting that to you. So express offers in the marketing center. Great point. Let me just give you the link. So there's the link to the marketing center and all of these. Email signature. So if you want to get it into your email signature, do it right here. Let me see if I can pull up an example real quick of email signatures. Oh, man, I just sneezed there, and thankfully for all of you, I was able to mute my mic fast enough. Let me show an example of the email signature. Darn, I can't find. example here, sorry. But with the email signature, what I can show you is getting it into your, as a call to action button in your email. So it links you off, and we've got 3 call to action buttons here, which are going to load in just a second. Bingo. So, for example, you would download this button. Come on, it's just a little image. How hard is it to load? There we go. You would download this image that looks like a button, put it in your email signature, and link it to your unique link for ExpressOffers.com, your agent URL. The tutorial covers that in 10 minutes. Yes, bookmark it, save it. I'm going to give it to you again here in the next few minutes as we wrap up. KV Core, see, I can't go through all of these strategies, but I'm going to go through the rest of them here because we're closing in on the hour. Adding it to your KV Core as a homepage link, getting it into your email, or we have email templates right here for you to utilize. Linktree is a social media strategy. So getting it into your URL, to your profile for Instagram and things. Let me just pull up an example of that real quick if I can. If Instagram doesn't want to give me a hard time here. So here's my LinkedIn, and this is what Linktree is. Linktree right here. So what it does is it pulls together one URL for multiple, as a center, as a hub for all your value as an agent. So here's my LinkedIn. I'm sorry, geez, LinkedIn. This is my Instagram. And I put as my URL that you're able to put in under your Instagram account. Same thing with Facebook. I have a Linktree link here. I'm going to click on this, and it's going to open up, and this is free. It's going to open up one link with all the value behind it that I want to provide. So as you can see here, my seller package, housing report, home value link, searching for homes, my website. So, whatever you can link people to. The big one here, and the example I'm going for, is get multiple cash offers for your home. That's obviously a call to action for Express Offers. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to go to the link behind it is the ExpressOffers.com website with my URL. So Linktree is really cool, great resource for you to utilize overall. You can see this is just an example for how to use it for Express Offers, but you can see how you can pull together and use it for many things here. So this tutorial in the checklist here, this video tutorial goes through how to utilize Linktree for free. Some advanced strategies here. I'm not going to go into those particularly. The last thing that's really cool that's in here as a regular strategy right now is info images. So I'm going to click on that. And the idea behind these is giving you little blocks, info blocks, if you will, to weave into any templates that you might already have, and weave into generally weave into your templates that are in the marketing center. So we have folders right here. I'm going to click on sell yours too, and this is going to bring up templates that are to the tune of, I just sold your home, I just sold this home, and I can help you sell yours too. So you can download this little image and weave it into a social post or image that has to do with you selling a house. So for instance, can everyone see the white image here with the badge on it? Okay. It looks like we're good and it refreshed. Let me show you an example of this. So in the EXP Marketing Center, there's the templates for your listings in general. And this is a social template for a sold listing. that you can put on Instagram or whatever. So you can take that image block and insert it instead of another home picture. You can insert it right here. And now, boom, you've got a clean call to action and plug for your being ExpressOffers certified on this template that you would then take and put on Instagram and Facebook, etc. So there's these image blocks that are in here for you to utilize in other templates, kind of creating, some a middleman for generally weaving it into other templates you might have for things. The creative library, again, the EXP Marketing Center or the Google Shared Drive are both linked right here. Now they're linked throughout each strategy. Each strategy links to the graphic needed behind it. But if you just want to go to either of the graphic libraries, the creative libraries, they're linked right here. Last thing is the marketing content. So the ad copy, the text, right at your fingertips here. So we've got headlines, short 1 to 2 sentence deals where you can just come right in, copy, and paste it into a Facebook post or whatever. And we have some alternate versions here with emojis, but right at your fingertips. So you can see where this kind of completes the trifecta here. Giving you the strategy, giving you the graphic if needed, and giving you the content. So you don't have to think about doing a graphic. You don't have to think about writing anything. You grab the graphic, you come down, you grab a headline that's been pre-approved or whatever text, and copy and paste it into the Facebook post or wherever, and you're good to go. So we've got tons of headlines here, short blurbs, whatever you want to call them. We've got bullet points that you can pull from, more one-liners, more calls to action. You need a call to action in every post, everything that you're doing. If you don't prompt people, tell people what action to take, they will not take action, which means you're not getting that lead. That is the key to lead generation. You have to prompt people to take an action, whether it's messaging you and giving your cell phone number or telling you to message you on that social media platform, telling them to call or text you at a number, giving your URL for, learn more at the URL, have something for them to click off to. You have to have a call to action. So we give you these call to actions to pull from to kind of nudge you and remind you to do that as well. So that ties up the playbook here. Perfect timing. 5 minutes left for any questions. And any questions you have, feel free to open up your mic or throw them into the chat box there. And while you're doing that, I'm going to come and grab, as promised, the handout. And I'm not going to bother going back to the handout here. So there's the handout. I just threw it into the chat box. All the links. So open that up. I'm going to open it up real quick too. So this has everything in it that I touched on. I shared it all throughout the class, but this is a link right here that you want to keep, bookmark, copy it, paste it somewhere, bookmark it in your browser, because this has everything we went over in one link. So how to get certified, the playbook itself, the Managed Social Media Manager itself, more videos, the URL information again, and so on and so forth. Where to my workplace profile, so you can message me. Another key in here. Last two things I'm going to throw in the chat box here is if you have any suggestions for marketing ideas that we can weave in as strategies, there's a suggestion box right there. If you submit any ideas, we will take them into full consideration and work on getting them developed as a new strategy and asset. And then obviously, this is only my second or third week teaching this class. We love to get feedback on how to develop this. and keep it improving. So love to get your feedback. Just threw in a quick survey. Love if you took 60 seconds to do that into the chat box, so we can see how to, as like I said, always be improving here. So just a quick survey. Love it if you did that. Lastly, I know this is redundant, but I always keep saying, keep this URL for the handout, that handout URL in a safe place so you can come back to it later today, tomorrow, this next week, and message me on Workplace if you have any questions. Are there any questions before we wrap here? I want to be conscious of everyone's time. Coming up on the end of the hour. Any questions at all? Perfect. All right, then I'll leave it at that. Two big things. Remember to save the handout link, and remember to message me on Workplace if you have any questions about anything.
I have a quick question.
Go ahead. Cool. Go ahead.
Kevin.
Yep.
Uh, mm, I I kind of like I was looking for something else, and actually I was looking for the new logo, and that's how I found out about this. Um,
Okay.
but I was wanting to know: is there a percentage, a referral percentage that is?
So, yeah, that's getting into a complex question there, to be honest. So if you advertise yourself, any leads that you generate yourself from these strategies that I just went over, any leads that you're generating yourself, there's no referral, no. But we do give out leads. We do have a lead router. We do give out leads that we've generated. We do have paid programs, and there are referral fees and paid subscriptions to those. So I don't want to confuse things because I can't get into those right now. But any leads that you generate on your own, they're yours. Like, there's no referral for, whether you list them through ExpressOffers or not. No. But if you do take any of our leads, and that's in the training, that is a different situation. I hate to confuse things, but any
Okay,
leads that
and
you
another.
generate, or there's no referral for, no.
Okay, I got you. And another quick question I was wanting to know, and maybe you may have answered it because I saw once we go and get certified, we'll have access to like the little frame that you frame with the round express symbol on it. So we won't get like a certificate or anything like that. We'll just be let in once we finish the class. Is that right?
So once you finish the course, they do give you a certification piece of paper, I think is how she has it set up. And then they will email you the link to the marketing place. Yes.